freaked out, but it was the most delayed reaction. What? He actually, like, I was actually, like, scared. I was like, what?
No peeking. I'm putting the finishing touches on my personal project.
Oh, I forgot we did
I thought you said it was on the Nexus.
We did the first part of her quest.
I'm just perfecting the final component here. Or should I say, trying to. Several of the crew have offered to help, and I keep politely declining and ushering them out. So, thank you for retrieving that critical piece of Remtech, but kindly stop digging.
So yeah, we did the first part of Peebee's personal quest, which was also, I guess, a highlight of last week, even though we mostly did exploring. So let's see if we can... She's so closed off. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like my top 2 romance contenders right now are Peebee and Jarl. And Jarl seems so emotionally open, and Peebee is like the opposite, where she seems so emotionally guarded, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I'm naturally curious, and I'm sure the crew just wants to bond.
Curious is good. Builds anticipation. I'll leave the bonding to you. Not my style. I realize it must be hard being the Pathfinder and not being able to know everything. But there's so much you can do that no one else can. It's safe to say that you, my friend, are one of a kind.
Guys, heart option? Peebee do be a cutie. I think I like Peebee's personality. Yeah, lives in an escape pod and she has commitment issues. I think Peebee is fun. Do we flirt with her? We obviously have to flirt with her. She's still a romance contender. Just let me know, once again, it's a clear lactose moment. If anyone's ever watching at a moment where I'm about to lock into a romance, it is 100% a lactose moment. So you can tell me that it's going to be a lock-in. I love the contradicting personalities. It feels more real. Yeah. The heart. Okay, we're going to do the heart. I'm like nervous because I like her. And I'm nervous that she's going to like panic and I don't know. Let's try.
You've only scratched the surface. You have no idea what all I can do.
No, but I have an active imagination. I look forward to being educated. But no more distractions. The next time you're on the Nexus, my project will be done. Come by, and I'll unveil it. Now, if you will, please leave me to my own devices.
Okay, that was... See, I feel like the flirts are either really awkward. I like it, though, because they're awkward and they're not overbearing. Like, Shepard was so direct and a little bit obnoxious with the flirtations. Not a lock-in. Okay, thank you. Oh, man, I'm a Milky simp! We need to go see if Milk is okay. Okay, so that was Peebee. What else do we have going on, though? We explored that new planet, which I forget the name. Oh my god, there's too many things. Okay, I need to focus on... I'm trying to focus on companion quests, priority ops, and the arcs. Oh, Vladimir! Oh my god, CM, that was so painful. That was so painful. I feel like that partially put me in a foul mood last night. I was like literally in a bad mood after like him. Like I was like, oh, Vold. That's what we explored. Oh my god, we got a bunch of side quests here. I'm going to end up probably letting down a lot of side quests in this game, and I hope you guys don't hate me for that. But unless something is really important to the story, I'm just probably not gonna do it because it's a very, very big game. I had to stop watching. Yeah, it literally put me in a bad mood. And I'm like, I get that this is supposed to be humorous, but it literally put me in a bad mood. I was like, this is just gross. By the time it ended, I was like, I need to like get away from my computer right now. Then there's the Turian arc that's still going on. Okay, so maybe we should meet with Peebee in her Nexus apartment. I feel like that's a dangerous thing to do. We have to meet Gil at the Vortex. We have to go to the Nexus. I feel like there's a lot of things on Nexus. We haven't been back to Nexus in a while, at least. We have to go to Eos for Cora. For Liam, we have to... Wait, what? Liam just wants us to keep exploring for outposts, which I absolutely hate. So we're going to wait on that for a while. Liam's research project, though, we need to work on. So somebody said, I know Baker N7 isn't here today, but we need iron for this. Liam wants me to play the game. Yeah, Liam wants me to make outposts everywhere, which like, okay, we're doing it. Speak to Jarl on the Tempest. Oh yeah, I forgot Jarl has a scene for us too. Because when I stopped last time, they told me he was waiting to talk with me. Confident bordering on cringe. Yes, exactly. Shep was confident bordering on, yeah, I still cringe at the Garrus flirt that's like flexibility and like and reach. I still cringe at that whole conversation. Okay, so what do we think? What do we think? Let's go and talk to some of these companions. And then maybe... Hello, Palpatine. How are you today? Welcome back. Welcome back. We've got some jobs for you. Got some jobs for you, chat. I want to do main mission too, the Moshai. But I think first talking, then Nexus. Thank you, CM. I want some direction here. We can do some I need a new direction. Wow, Peebee like slammed the door on me after that. She's like, leave me alone. You're getting too much in my space. I need some bratty mod assistance with this game because I don't want to be flailing around like... It's just one of those games where I will get very overwhelmed and just wander around aimlessly.
Why can't you just ask her yourself?
Oh.
Because?
Just because.
Ask who?
Fine. Lexi, Peebee wants to look at Jarl's scans.
Wait, why?
Peebee knows I can't divulge patient information.
Wait, why is Peebee trying to... You got pretty burnt out with the side content? Yes, I did. Even though the side quests in Witcher are fun, it was just like... I never had the sense of accomplishment that I was making progress, and that was really rough. So it's like I enjoyed the side quests, but at the same time, I never got anywhere. So it was rough in that regard. So I also like Vetra. Let's talk. Vetra's like number 3.
Hey, Ryder.
Potential romance. Oh, so they don't have anything. She
You
sounded a
probably have
little
work
bit
to do.
flirty though.
We can chat later.
Hey, Ryder.
You know where to find me.
Let me know if I need to turn up their volume at all. I think they talk a little bit quieter, but the combat gets kind of loud.
Feeling okay?
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
That's such a doctor thing to ask. Feeling okay. Okay, I think Jarl is waiting for us in here, so.
So, you've gained Ephra's trust. No easy feat.
She and Drac have some great dialogue. We'll have to bring Vetra and Drac at some point too. We started bringing Jarl and Vetra, which was interesting during the party banter last week, but okay, you've gained Ephra's trust. No easy feat. Trust, but not approval. Yeah, she hates me. She doesn't like my decisions.
I still don't think he likes me.
That's just his way.
Wait, who are we
You should
talking
be more
about?
worried about the Rokar.
I thought we were talking about the
Ephra made
Moshe.
it seem like you had experience with them.
I know their leader, Aksul. We studied together under the Moshai. But unlike me, he was a good student. The best, actually.
Then he knows about Remnant?
He did. It's a long story.
He's dead.
Give me the short version.
Aksul was captured by the Ket. He spent a year in a forced labor camp before he managed to escape.
Oh, so they don't just transform them into Ket. They also make them work as forced labor. No, wait, who? Oh, wait, who? Okay, I'm kind of confused, though. I don't know who we're talking about, because I'm so bad with names. And I thought we were talking about the Moshai at first, but we weren't. We're talking about some guy that I gained the trust of. And now we're talking about who his leader was, and I don't... Are they talking about the people at the outpost?
I can't imagine what he must have gone through.
He has scars that would give you an idea. When Aksul returned, he no longer cared about the Remnant, or anything, except destroying the Ket.
Why not join the Resistance?
Aksul's not the type to follow orders. And I think he was bitter we weren't able to rescue him.
So he formed the Rokar.
We didn't give them much thought. But since your people arrived, his cause has grown.
The guy you don't remember trusts you implicitly. Yeah, he trusts me. I don't remember him. The head of military. You spoke to him on Space Zoom. Okay. Okay. So I really don't know him that well at all. I'm just so bad with keeping track of people's names and job descriptions until I interact with them multiple times. Ephra was the Resistance commander. And so we don't know Jarl's whole story. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Okay. So we met when we were on the planet with Jarl's people. We met him there. And then he was like, fine, you can go out. And Jarl was like, I want to go with her. And that was Ephra. Okay. And we don't know Jarl's whole story with his full feelings toward the Resistance, I feel like, right now. Okay. Okay. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. Thank you. And also it's coming back to me. I need to add more BTTV emotes. Hopefully for next week, I'll have that done for you. See him specifically. Since your people arrived, his cause has grown. Okay. So I could see how this would be Jarl's boss, but he doesn't agree with everything that's going on with the Resistance, clearly.
I convinced Ephra I'm not a threat. Maybe I can do the same with Aksul.
I admire your courage. but Axul's dangerous, and he lacks Ephra's pragmatism. He'll make you want to kill him.
I have to try.
Oh my god.
If Helios is to be your home, I guess you'll have to deal with the Rokar one way or another. There's a recluse on Havarul who escaped with Axul from the Ket. Her name is Tholdir. She might know how to contact him.
Tholdir.
I'll send you the nav point.
Tholdir sounds like a... Tholdir. Like a fantasy kind of name, like a wizard name or something. He's talking about a separate rebel group and a separate dude. Okay. So he was talking about initially Jaal's boss, and then he said that he had a boss that went rogue kind of with this other group, and now he's talking about them, and they've amped up their... Okay. There's a lot to keep track of. Should we try talking to him again and see if he has anything else to say? I guess that was like his quest update, but...
Axul is very cunning. We can't underestimate him. My mothers are worried sick about the cousins that joined him.
Oh no, he has family in it too. Okay, we already talked to him about this stuff, so...
I'll see you later, Jaal.
Stay strong and clear.
Okay, so... I think those were the only two companions that I was told had specific events that I needed to talk to them about. But before we go to Nexus... I'm finally starting to keep track of the locations. Nexus. I used to not even know what that meant. Oh, Cora's not in here. Before we go to Nexus, we'll just make sure to run by everyone just in case. In case anyone else
So
has.
the Angara were fighting their own this whole time. Fuck.
Wonder how Jaal's taking it.
Not well.
Hey, kid.
Hey,
Fuck.
kid. Oh no.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Yeah, I like how they're just talking about that really, really bad trauma. They're like, yeah, I wonder how he's taking that. He's probably like, guys, I can hear you. I'm like one room over. I don't think they're going to have anything new to say.
Hey, Ryder.
But
What's the story?
we pretty thoroughly
Good
talked to
talking to you, Gil.
everyone.
Anytime.
The other thing is we have to also order the movie for movie night. We have to have the poker night or whatever that is. Oh, Cora's down there. And I have to figure out where to buy that stuff. I mean, I think the poker thing is on Nexus, but the movie night, I don't know exactly where to buy it. Yeah, poker. Oh, poker is at the Vortex. Where the heck? Okay, that is on Nexus. Is there a quest for the movie night? I think that might be in... I'm waking up. I don't know what category that's in. I know Renaticus was like, oh, have fun with the quest organization. I do like that we have folders, but there gets to be a lot of folders. I don't even know where this is. Either way, we have to figure out where to buy the movie. It's at some console somewhere. Often there won't be new dialogue, there'll be new banter. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's worth it. I like the banter.
Back again?
Okay, we could ask. Well, she always has these topics. More war
See you
stories.
later, Cora.
I'll be here.
I'll be here. I remember when Cora rejected me. That was fun. We got rejected by so many of the companions in the first round of flirts when we were literally flirting with everyone. Oh, there's, that was Gil. Okay, so I think we got everyone except for Liam. I don't think Liam's gonna have anything new to say either, though. There's my room.
How you feeling, Moshe Sefa?
Weak, but I'll bounce back. I always have. I've broken each limb twice. You have to do more than wipe my immune system to take me down.
Oh, you and my mom would love each other.
Did you get that
Just
armor?
waiting on that armor requisition / project. No pressure.
No, I knew he was gonna say that.
We'll talk later.
I should
know
see
it.
if I can buy that somewhere, but I don't.
You still have questions. I'll try to answer them.
Oh, I do have
How
topics.
long were you in that facility?
Days? After the Archon decided I would be exalted, I was sent to the facility alone. I was housed with prisoners who described how they were kidnapped, taken to holding camps, analyzed and separated.
Analyzed?
Until now, we never understood why some of us were sent to slave camps and others just vanished. The Archon chose to exalt me, to use me for my knowledge. Perhaps others were chosen for their genetics.
The Chosen.
I'm only theorizing. I am a scientist after all.
Gosh.
What was happening in that facility? It felt like a religion or a cult.
Perhaps, but not to them. They honestly believe they are giving us a gift.
The Cardinal seemed desperate to keep that place standing.
The entire facility seemed dedicated to one thing: exaltation.
Exaltation.
That's why I asked you
I
to
hate
destroy
that.
it, despite the lives it would cost. I hope the Resistance can still burn it to the ground, but I suspect the Ket have already re-engineered that shield.
I didn't want to kill all the people. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
So, exaltation is how the Ket reproduce. How did you learn that?
They're proud of it. They welcomed us and spoke of it openly. We were becoming them.
Do they do it with other people
to the
too,
Ket,
or
all other
just?
life is inferior. Even, I suspect, humans.
Or just the Angora? Like,
They're going to a lot of trouble just to make baby Ket.
I guess it's also a way for them to control their evolution. They incorporate only traits they value and unique adaptations they don't possess.
So what are the chances the Ket have exalted other intelligent species?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I'd say those chances are excellent.
that's what I'm saying.
It looked like some of your people wanted this Ket gift. They walked right into those pods.
As did I. Voluntarily. Happily. But that is part of the process. Part of the preparation, they called it purification, stripped our systems of all defenses. It was very painful. But after the pain came a beautiful peace, like a trance, like a transcendence itself. I willingly walked into that pod, and I cannot fault anyone else who did the same.
So they're talking like physically, mentally, genetically. This effort is no longer profitable. Us about Comcast.
The Cardinal said
Not
she
that
had
it
the
ever
Archon's
was
DNA.
profitable.
So was the Cardinal exalted too?
From what they described, I think they can be exalted multiple times. They strive
What?
always to be greater. And the Archon's DNA somehow plays a role in all of it.
Nice. You can do multiple exaltation. Great.
Sam downloaded what he could from the facility. We'll be studying exaltation for quite a while.
I don't like Sam.
I'll let you rest.
Wait, one more thing. I spoke to a guard, a former resistance fighter who remembered me. It described everything about its past, our past, with no trace of emotion. It seems that victims retain memories of who they were, but after being exalted, they live only to serve the Ket. Does your species dream?
Sometimes.
A Ket remembers being Angara. Like a dream it's eager to forget.
Oh no.
Which is beyond comprehension. Ishare, Pathfinder. I'm sure we'll talk again.
Well, that's rough. That's really rough. Let's just hope that doesn't. Now I'm suddenly imagining a horrible thing where, like, that happens to Jaw. Like, I know that's, like, worst case scenario, but... Okay, I think that was everyone. So let's go to... the,
So, Callow, who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
What?
Huh?
Whom?
You're always short of
All
credits
right,
after
simmer
we come
down,
back.
Sean. We
Is it
can't all
because
be
of her?
pillow experts.
It's complicated, Subi.
Title Pig! Thank you for continuing the gifted sub. How are you? Hope you're well. We are hanging in there. We are hanging in there. How are you? It's been a strange day. It still is a strange day, but we're chilling. So, Callow has some woman?
Oh, the ship manual's useful. That leg of my workbench needed propping up.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest is an orchestra of new tech. You can't just meddle with...
I got
He's
this ship
still
launch
pissed
ready
about
in
this.
record time, Callow. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow.
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that.
Callow. Play nice. Spicy ramen, video games, lurking. Perfect day. Perfect. Man, I'm addicted to spicy ramen. Thank you for lurking and hanging out. I love that people can just come here, hang out, wind down, or like start their morning and chill, play video games while we play video games. We all play video games together. I love it.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I already asked him this.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Yeah, you never move from there, do you? Except apparently you go to the Nexus.
We might have a problem. I was running some numbers, mass balances and
What?
such. The Tempest is carrying about 70 kilos of extra mass. I think something's aboard that doesn't belong.
How much is 70 kilos? Dang it, why am I an American? Once again. Is that like person weight? I'm starting to worry that we have like a stowaway person, but I don't know how much 70 kilos is. £154. Okay, that might be human weight. 150. That might be a human. That could be a human. Maybe like a kind of smaller human, but...
Is it a problem that we're carrying extra mass?
Not mechanically, but something heavy and unexplained. That's not good. Our internal sensors aren't getting anything, but they're not as powerful as a Pathfinder's scanner. Can you take a look?
I'm scared. Where am I gonna go to do this? Yeah, I want to do it.
All right, I'll look around the ship and see what I can find.
Hello, Gypsy Lights. I'm less than 150 pounds. I think most people aren't less than 150 pounds, but... Scan rooms on the Tempest. Okay. I just definitely tried to scan her butt. I love the tan skin and white hair. Thank you. My Ryder, I feel like I didn't get quite the look I was going for, but she's definitely grown on me now. I always end up going with the white hair protagonist. Maybe we gotta switch it up. So is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
No extra mass in the airlock.
Okay,
Too
good.
bad. It'd be easy to get rid of it.
The airlock. Scan Peebee. Scan Joel. Nerdy simp. Ooh. Okay, good. I like that one. Yeah, scan our crew members. White hair when he was in his 90s. I'm super stoked. I love white hair. Honestly, I like white hair. I like gray hair. I love like all of the colors that hair changes with age. I guess my hair is gonna be white too because I thought my hair would go gray because I have like brown hair naturally. Oh, you guys know this. But hey, let's check my cabin for any stowaways. But I've sprouted a few white hairs during my time in grad school. And I expected them to be gray, but they were just like pure white. So I guess I'm like Gandalf or something, you know?
No extra mass in the bathroom. Phew. 70 kilos is a lot to flush away.
Oh no! 70 kilos in the toilet. Oh no.
Everything here looks normal. No stowaways, no extra mass.
I better find something cool here. I'm hoping I find something. Nerdy simp? Oh, I like that one. I mean, I feel like... Oh. Ongoing study into... Okay. That was supposed to be there, apparently. I forgot that was there. Don't mind me, just walking around with my scanner out. Don't mind me. Gotta find what the extra weight is.
Got it. Suvi, that extra mass is behind the storage room bulkhead.
Behind it?
It looks like a construction mech welded right into the hull.
Scanning the parts has activated an audio log.
I think I know what that's about, Ryder. Come up to the bridge.
What? What's going on here? This is so weird. Why is this making me so nervous? I was kind of hoping we'd have a stowaway person on the ship. Like 150 pound. I was like, oh, that could be a person. You've got some explaining to do.
Those parts you found welded in the storage room. I recognize them.
From where?
Okay.
They belong to the ship's lead designer, Lucille Diawara. She broke her back during construction. But Lucille wouldn't abandon her ship. She converted a construction mech into a rig she could wear. She must have welded it into the hull. Her artist's signature.
Oh. This is an interesting detail. Yeah, sex robot. No. No, 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 no. Oh, no.
Not even a broken back could stop her dream.
Sam, didn't you find an audio log with Lucille's rig? Can you play it?
Sam found my construction gear then. Well done. One of you Pathfinders got the Tempest. Mason Barrow, Zevin Reka, Matriarch Ishara, Alec Ryder. You were the best of us.
I'm great too. I love Ryder. Hello back. Hello. Welcome back. How are you?
She's only saying that because she never met me.
Take care of my ship.
I
and
love
each
that.
other. Whatever is in Andromeda, you're the Milky Way to them. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
Okay.
I never thought I'd hear Lucille's voice again.
Oh no.
She really cared about the Pathfinders. Enough to give them her rig. For luck.
Lucille made it a part of the Tempest. Let's keep it that way.
I'll see to it, Ryder.
Thanks. Now let's go make her proud.
Wait, he's really tall. I didn't... Is he standing above me or Solarian's tall? I guess Solarians are taller than I thought they were. Okay, cool. We did a little mini quest on the ship. That was kind of interesting, unexpected. Now, Nexus?
Vold orbit is steady.
Let's get out of Vold. Vold was kind of a nightmare. Vold is kind of a nightmare. I'm really bad at navigating. Shoot. How do we just... No. Wait. No. Nexus right there. Okay. I was panicking for a second because I'm like, this isn't how you're supposed to get there. Wishes she was Purple Hawk? 100%. 100%. I have spent my life playing characters that I wish lived up to Purple Hawk. Purple Hawk says some really insensitive and really
I'm
like
picking up something.
shocking things sometimes. But it's also kind of endearing. Okay, I feel like the stream has been suspiciously stable.
We are not alone. Really not alone.
Steamboat! Thank you so much for the raid. How are you?
Holy crap, that's a dragon.
Hey. Welcome in. How was your stream? What do you mean by stable? My mental state? No! Been having internet issues today. And the first couple hours of chatting, because apparently I talked for 2 hours plus, which flew by. Sorry. I feel so bad for how much I've been chatting lately. I don't know why, but it makes me feel guilty for some reason. They were unstable, but ever since we launched Andromeda, I don't think we've been dropping frames. So that's really weird. And once again, Comcast, thank you. Aggressively mediocre, because I fail at gaming. That's totally fine. So do I. So do I. And actually that can be kind of fun too. It's been weirdly stable, right? Talk like that will awaken. I know. Comcast is gonna get pissed at me for saying that. It's just weird. Cause like, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. We're just gonna go with it. Let's do some questing, some romancing. So we're going to Nexus. We can do a few things here. Spaceship! Look at that. Phallic object. So we can go maybe play... What should we do here? The poker game? Talk to Peebee? Those are a few of the options that come to mind. Is Peebee. Talk to Jarl? Listen, if I talk to Jarl too much, there's gonna be a romance. I don't know if you want to encourage that.
Watch your tone. You saw what happened to Krogan.
But we need this equipment.
Oh no. I'm not getting any side quests. Don't lure me in with side quests. I'm not falling for that. Okay, are people marked on my map? Oh, wait. These people are for Drac asked you to investigate. Oh, this is Drac's personal quest. I guess we'll do that because they're literally right there. I think we're going to have a variety of little things to tie up on.
Frivolous. You'll just have to make do.
On the
Your
Nexus.
incompetence isn't my problem. Just do your job.
Your incompetence isn't my problem.
What do you want?
Oh no, it did. Oh shoot, I did jinx it. I did jinx it. Oh no. Feels bad. Romancing Jal? Maybe. We've been romancing everyone, but I know. Listen, I don't believe in jinxing. Okay? I thought I was safe, but apparently someone out there wants to just fight me. Who are you? Hidden adversary? Is this because I said that Jarlaxle's line was cheesy? I'm cursed by Loath, apparently. That didn't look fun.
Sounds like you're having a rough day.
You saw that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry I snapped at you. The way Spender treats me? Everyone, I'm so angry. I don't understand how he's in any position of authority.
I like the blue and orange kind of color. Natalie is probably hacking you. Probably thinks Jinx is just an illusion. Wait, if this is an illusion, if Comcast internet issues are an illusion, they can only hurt me. Wait. Maybe I do need Jarlaxle's lesson. Wait, let me get this. They can only hurt me. Wait, illusions can kill you if you believe in it. They can only hurt me if I believe in it. So if I don't acknowledge, or if I say this internet issue is non-existent, it's not real, then it can't affect me. Bach the Dane, good morning. How are you? Welcome back. Taking control, the Reapers.
I haven't heard much good about that guy.
Whatever you've heard, it's not half as bad as the reality. Just last week, he tried to redirect some of the supplies we need to keep the stasis pods going.
Why?
I have no idea.
What the heck?
But if Kesh hadn't stepped in and threatened to airlock him, it would have been a disaster. He's always like that. Making bad decisions, driving the Krogan away, treating people like scum when no one's watching.
Jeez. You're saying I'm funny? I have to bail. I hope you have a great stream. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for coming over here, hanging out, get some good rest or some food or whatever you plan to do. Kesh can't let that stand. We're going to be a little bit more.
You'd think your boss would have the power to do something.
She hates Spender, but there's only one of her, and she can't always be around to deal with him. Things have gotten so bad that Kesh had to literally kick him out of engineering.
How literal we talking here?
Boot to ass. Oh, it was glorious. We need him gone, but as incompetent as Spender is at his job, he's insanely good at keeping it. Kesh can tell you more.
Cool. Well, I was really just doing that to get the... So now we have to talk to Kesh. So it's this whole thing. But I was really just doing that so we could get that. I hate the menus in this game. I wish that when I clicked escape, it just clicked out of all the menus. But instead... Pie Jack! Oh! We're gonna become Hondo. Wait a minute, guys. We're gonna become Hondo. The use of firearms.
Here we are, one young piejack. Ready to see Andromeda, huh? Sam, can you send a note to Kesh? Make sure our new friend gets delivered to the Tempest.
Acknowledged.
Nice. Cool. Vehicle merchant. What? General merchant. Oh, I might want to see if you have iron. Do you have iron? Do you sell iron so I can finally make... Do you guys think I should upgrade my weapons? Piejack, I know, I'm so excited. I want to be able to finally make Liam's armor. Wait! Aluminum! How many do I need? Does anyone remember how many I need? This is really weird. I have to like individually click. Shoot. They have 100 in the shop. It was 10? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. So I don't, yeah, you're right. I don't think it was this high. But I'm also afraid of not getting enough and then 1 a.m. chicken tendies. I just realized I didn't eat dinner when you said that. I had chips and salsa. I ate a really, really, really late, like, it was a bad day. You don't want, it was a messed up day. I too did not eat dinner. Oh no, CM. You're not supposed to follow in my footsteps. I like how I didn't even remember that until Salt said that, though, because I remembered I was going to heat up food, but I don't feel that hungry. Throw them out the airlock, yes. Yeah, I ate a really late, it was bad, yeah. I didn't eat like most of the day, and then I ate brunch, except it was at 5 p.m., which would be like a really early dinner for me. And then I had chips and salsa later because I didn't feel hungry yet. And I still don't really feel hungry. So I guess that omelet really is tiding me over today. I feel like I should be hungrier too because I even biked. Like I even actually worked up a little bit of a sweat today. Like I actually used calories for once. I didn't just... Oh no, we dropped more. In terms of weapon upgrades... You might want to have something prepped in the... It's an attempt at nutrition. I had an omelet, though. My omelet had... I had an omelet with cheese and mushrooms and spinach. And then I had some veggie sausages with it. And yeah, then I just had chips and salsa later. But the omelet meal was very fulfilling. It was a 3-egg omelet too. So. Okay, maybe at some point I'm going to have to look at my... Anyway, we got the iron. I'm going to have to look at my weapons at some point. Where the heck am I going right now? Oh. Into the transport. Should I go to the cryo bay? Let's go see if milk.
A bar opens on the Nexus. Visitors herald the vortex as a sign of civility and the opposite of civility, as more sleepers wake in need of a drink.
Sleepers.
This is ANF.
Sleepers. Moo. Moo? Moo milk. We didn't leave off on a good... I startled Milk so badly last time.
Ryder, that was a hell of a thing talking to your brother in a coma. Can't say I really bought into the whole Sam implant, but well...
Oh, I thought he was
that
pissed at
pretty
me because I
amazing.
messed it up. Because I made Milks freak out and it was bad.
Yeah, it was. I had no idea we could do that.
Just when you think you've seen it all. And here, a 600-year trip to a new galaxy seemed like science fiction. Something new every day.
So you and Lexi swapped jobs?
You know that moment when you realize you're just getting too old?
Uh...
Ha, right, look who I'm talking to. Trust me, it happened. For me, it was Habitat 7.
Yeah, I'm too old for
Watching
this.
you guys running around, dodging lightning and the cat, it's a young man's game. Pains me to admit it, but it's passed me by.
He doesn't look old,
So it made
guys.
sense that Lexi and I switched places. She's younger. Well, for Asari. They're still teenagers when they're 200. And she's one hell of a doctor. She'll serve the Tempest well.
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
I'll be here if you need me.
Harry looks kind of like my dad. Not my real dad. I mean, like, Alec. Okay, we can't talk to Milk. Not today, but we can look at him. Glad you're hanging in there, Milk. We miss you. We call out your song all the time. That's all I needed in here, right? All it really is Milk in the milk stash looking good. The Tempest is the name of stupid wolf guards. Yes! Yes, it is. Tempest. No, it's Tempest, right? Tempest? But it's like so close. Shoot, I was wondering why. There's also Shakespeare, the Tempest, but now we go to operations or habitation. Habitation, because that's where Peebee is. Mr. Verbal, welcome in. How are you? Peebee should be here.
Continue work to establish contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of
But
now,
it's very, very close.
remain unknown.
Tempest. That they apparently call out when they go to kill things. Have I never been in the habitation area? Why does this look like it's all undiscovered? I'm scared. I've totally been here before. This is where I went through.
Oh, I can't wait to go to Aya.
Cool, good for you. You've been playing through this nearly finished. Have you been doing it completionist? We could go to the Sam node. I think we got a new memory.
Printed books?
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals,
No.
detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Or is this where we
Explains
see the
Dad's
archives?
interests. They were Pathfinders too.
Your father's personal logs.
I think we got a new one here. Didn't we? No way. We definitely picked up new logs. Yeah, red flag! This is where we get to look at all of our red flags of our father. Weird. I swear we picked up some on the last planet. I skipped a butt. Yeah, I'm trying to play... We have to go to the Sam node. Okay, okay. I didn't remember where we did it. I'm trying to play mostly the main quests and companion stuff, Mr. Verbal. But this is also my first playthrough. So I'm trying not to do all the extra side quests either. But it's a journey to kind of like keep yourself on
Ryder,
track.
one of your father's memories is available.
Hey, play the memory.
Let's see it.
Get ready to
This memory
cringe.
is from when your parents returned to Earth after your mother was diagnosed with her disease.
Oh no, this might just be sad.
It's simple. We take Sam.
Who?
I named the AI, Simulated Adaptive Matrix. Sam. We use your research and interface Sam with an implant.
My work on biotic implants was yielding results, but this... I don't know.
What did the doctor say?
Alec,
What did he say?
it's getting worse.
There's your answer. This will work. Sam can fix you.
Alec, I'm not some war you have to win. You're not an N7 anymore.
That doesn't mean we...
They kicked you out of the Alliance for this.
We're talking about your life.
Alec, did you ever consider that maybe it's my time to go? I'm human. We die. It happens.
Ellen, please. Losing you is not an option. The kids aren't gonna lose their mother. God knows they never had a father.
Dude!
Then give them one.
They just asked for a refund.
I'm so pissed.
So can this Sam talk yet?
Hello, Ellen. Why did the tree go to the dentist? To get a root canal.
Hey, it's Iceman.
Humor algorithms. I can't seem to get the hang of it.
Or maybe it's the guy teaching them?
That felt so real. Mom was right there. Alive.
It was the first time I met Ellen. My education on human mortality began that day. Your mother seemed prepared to die.
I'm so pissed at my dad in this game so far. Like, he's like, oh, God knows they never had a father. Like, that was you. That was your choice. But I also feel like if I was in the mother's position, I'd be like, yeah, let's try this. Let's try it. Mr. Krabs. Your dad is really not good. Yeah, be careful of spoilers. But yeah, so far, that is my opinion for sure. Yeah, not the ones like find 20 rocks. Yeah, I hate that kind of side quest. I don't like collecting things. Unless I'm like just playing like on my own off stream just to like have a soothing time. I don't really want to spend time collecting things. Your mom seemed prepared to die. It's a fact of life.
Mom was practical. Living in denial wasn't going to solve anything.
Yet Alec didn't see it that way. He persisted.
Logic goes out the window when your wife is dying.
I'm beginning to understand where your father's resolve came from.
I'm not.
Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters.
Yeah,
I detect additional
I
memories,
agree,
but they
Mr.
are currently
Verbal.
locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
I'm not a fan of him so far. It's like red flag, red flag, red flag. Oof. I don't know.
That's all for now.
Of course.
Like, I get it. People don't always have perfect relationships or whatever. But, it seems like he was deliberately just, I don't know, throwing, for lack of a better word there. Let's see what else is. I don't know why it's acting like I haven't explored this before. My shift got extended another 6 hours, and they're not gonna pay me overtime. Do the people like Peebee said, find me on Nexus? Where the heck is Peebee on Nexus? I guess I'm confused about other places I can go. "24 stones of Bernsia hidden across the entire map." Oh my god, Salt. You're gonna kill me. Wow, sounds like something I'll do. My favorite kind of quest. What a great opportunity. I'm an opportunist, you know? I do find the obvious bugs, like all the soldiers. Oh, and like, there's a lot of strange bugs with like facial animations. Oh, you're right. Good idea, CM. That would be a smart use of my... Okay, so what do you think? Should we go talk to Peebee and then even with these companion quests, I'm like, oh, we'll just do the companion quest and the main quest. There's like 12 companion quests in here. We'll talk to Peebee and then maybe do the poker game. And I still have to figure out where to buy that movie. So also talk to Kesh. We can do that while we're here too. So Peebee, where are you? Back in the docking bay? No way.
Convicted murderer Nilkin Rensis, exiled for his role in the
Yeah, we gotta talk to Peebee.
This is HNS.
I'm worried that Peebee's gonna like seduce me. Oh. Wait, we can go upstairs?
These power outages make no sense.
Shapiro? Oh no. Who are you? I'm not gonna even talk to you.
Make them know. Make them lead or make them go.
Protesters? What's happening?
Our leaders, wake the sleepers.
Wake the sleepers! Whoa, I didn't even know there was a whole area over here.
Free our families.
Pathfinder.
Free our families.
Hello?
Free our families. Hey, what's going on?
That's your new galaxy. Making speeches about some fresh start while your kids stay frozen.
And it's all thanks to your Pathfinder.
Excuse me?
We've waited months for our families to come out of stasis. They should have gone to your outpost.
But since you think research is so important, military personnel got bumped down the list, like my clan brothers.
All the reassignments mean they're in 10 different colony blocks now.
And my mother just got caught in the middle.
Look at his animations. Very strange. Very strange. I feel like I could watch that for a while. This isn't good. So I guess the decision to make a military or a scientific outpost is coming back to get us now. This guy's hair is a bright orange. I had to make a choice.
We only had resources for one outpost, so I focused on the skills we needed most.
And what we need is our families back.
Maybe you could still make this right. I just want Mom out of stasis. That's all anyone here wants.
Mom.
You do stasis revivals. You can tell our leaders you're opening those pods. Today.
I authorize whole colony blocks or a few emergency revivals. I can't wake dozens of random people.
We don't care whose finger pushes the button. If you can't, our leaders can. And if you tell them, they will.
They're all rendered in different styles. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There's some visually weird things in this game. I'll talk to them, I guess, but it's not gonna do anything.
Okay, I'll talk to the leadership about what we can do.
14 months of promises. It's time for some results.
We tried petitioning Addison. She ignored us. Screw her.
Start with Kandros. He sent those 10 soldiers over there. Maybe he'll take us seriously.
Kandros? Maybe. Okay. Here I am getting wrapped up into side quests. The problems. To fix some of the problems.
Just make no sense.
I don't want to get wrapped up into your quest. Tell our leaders, wake the sleepers. Why have you come unprepared? Peebee. Peebee's apartment? See, I didn't even know Peebee had an apartment. Do other people live here? Okay, let's do a save. Oops. I have 12 points. Oh, wow. Well. Hmm. Sleeper, sleeper. I probably can't buy anything with this. Wake them up and hand them an ice cream bar. Oh, now I want an ice cream bar. I have some strawberry ice cream in my freezer. Do y'all like strawberry ice cream? It's very hit or miss with me if it's like... I love strawberry ice cream if it's good strawberry ice cream. But if it's just like pink, fake strawberry flavor, it's really bad. Like really, really bad. Because then it tastes like Laffy Taffy strawberry. But like the real strawberry flavor where it like actually has like some chunks of strawberry and isn't like that overbearing sweet fake strawberry. I love it. You guys, okay. Mods love strawberry ice cream. Nona Scream, hello. How are you? I like most ice cream. Yeah, some of it's like frozen. Yeah, I was so disappointed. We went to a local custard shop that everyone like raves about. And I got a strawberry ice cream cone or something. This was like 2 summers ago. But I was super excited, and then when I tried it, it was like that pink. It literally tasted like strawberry Laffy Taffy. And I was like, this is not what I expected at all. Frozen custard shop closed. No. It is. I've realized the ice cream is much worse here, or custard is much worse here than it was in Wisconsin. And that sounds like a really picky thing to say, but it's true. Just like the cheese section in the grocery store is so much smaller. There's like cheddar, sharp cheddar, mozzarella. That's it. Do you have Cold Stone? We had Cold Stone back home in Wisconsin. And I liked Cold Stone. But I don't know if we have it here. I don't know. I haven't been. Thank you for lurking. I haven't been to a Cold Stone here. So I don't know if there is one, but the local custard shop that everyone was raving about, it was so bad. I'm like, just go to Culver's instead, because that place that was supposed to be like it, there's no way that it's like handmade, house-made custard, because it just tastes like fake cheap ice cream. And I'm like, why does everybody love this? I'm confused. I'm very, very confused. Okay, all of this stuff costs 4 points, so we're gonna auto level everyone though while we're here, because I can see all my companions in this menu. I would give it a dislike. Yes. It's probably the best thing they knew. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is true that when you move from different areas, like the cuisine is just different areas specialize in different types of cuisine. Just like I hate you guys. I'm sensitive. I can't handle the YouTube dislike button. It's going to be now that I get like 80% dislike on my videos, because everyone from Twitch is going to go over to YouTube. And you guys are just going to do it to troll me. But yeah. I mean, different areas have different cuisine strengths, but it was just kind of sad because we were so excited to try the custard place, and then when we had it, we were like, do you think this is bad? Yeah, this is bad. Strawberry blonde that I love. Ooh, what's that? Like vanilla and strawberry? I haven't been to Cold Stone in years. Maybe I am starting to get kind of hungry now. Now that we brought up ice cream. Like, I skipped dinner. I'm not hungry today. Oh my God. No. See, like, why is there a dislike button on Twitter? What is, guys, please. What is the obsession with dislike buttons? What is it? What is that supposed to show anyone? Like, I just don't get it because in my mind, like I said, if you don't like something, you don't engage with it. Or you report it if it's bad. Like, if it's something harmful, report it. If it's something you just don't like, just don't engage with it. Like, what if there's a dislike button on Twitch streams? The Twitter dislike button, the whole point to Twitter is you're supposed to actually argue with people. Yeah, that's also true. I don't understand Twitter in general, I will say. Like, I'm not a social media expert by any means.
Unlocking. Come on in.
Ooh. Oh! Peebee. You have papers all over your apartment.
What in the world is this?
Oh no. Okay, that's it. This is how I would troll Peebee if I actually walked in here. Be like, what in the world is this? She laughs. I take out my scanner. She's like, oh, come on now. But with more cats. I wish there were cats. What is that thing behind her?
She is complete. She? Looks like a she to me. Just a proof of concept. I stripped out its remnant command prompts to see if I could power it up myself. It worked! Now I can build a field model with combat protocols that fights for you. So, what do you think?
Wait, Outer Australia, welcome in. Combat assistance bot? When I ask a stranger what it is, they tell me it's people slaughtering each other. Yeah, it sounds like Twitter. That sounds like Twitter. Honestly, all of the social medias are weird to me, but I wasn't on Twitter or Instagram or anything before streaming, and so I've only tried to learn about them since then. Instagram is weird too. Like Instagram, it's like, I don't know. I don't really get it either. And my Instagram is just chaos because it'll be like, what am I sharing in my stories? Is it cute picture? Is it little video of ducks in a pond swimming around? Is it like random stuff? Interior decor that I think is cute. I'm gonna go find food. Please bring me some too. Actually, I have some snacks. Maybe I should get them. Prove me wrong. So okay, let's prove you wrong. It's amazing. Let's hype her up. Let's hype her up.
You've outdone yourself, Peebee. Let Suvi and Gil eyeball it, then fast-track the combat model for me.
I'd hoped you'd be happy. Oh no, I forgot to lock the... Shit.
My, Pelisaria. Didn't know you were still using this hole. Who's your friend?
Pelisaria?
Kalinda, this is Ryder.
Oh, everyone knows the human Pathfinder. I meant, who's your remnant friend?
None of your business, Kalinda.
Of course it isn't. That's what makes it so interesting. Don't be so hostile, babe.
Babe? Is that babe like how people casually use the name babe? Or is that babe like, babe? One of my most hated pet names. My Instagram is complete chaos. You never know what I'll share. It might be Jarlaxle or it might be Drist. Super hard to predict. I hate you. That's so true. That's so true. Oh my god. Hello, Godsend. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's the babe. This is Peebee's ex or current partner. We don't know. I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm not willing to fight over anyone. Like, I don't know if I'm willing to fight over anyone for romance. She called Peebee buddy. Is that how we take it? So it's like the casual babe? I know some people use babe as like her booty. Salt, why were you looking? Wait, you're right though. Her butt is like into her thigh. This is what men's butts look like. Prove me wrong. Fight me. This is what men's butts look like. At least most. Let's play nice. Hostility seems fair. Ooh, what angle do we want to take here? Let's take the spicy approach. Hostility seems fair. It was wiggly. Oh, I didn't see it wiggling. I didn't see it wiggling. I just saw it like melded into the thigh, and therefore it looks like smaller than it. I don't know. It looks like it's out of place a little bit. Oh, your internet was acting up tonight. Oh, hey, I don't feel so alone then, Godsend. My internet still is acting up, but we're just rolling with it because you guys are too nice, but also bully me. We had to get in our usual bullying session, you know? Okay, let's go with hostility.
Don't be so condescending, babe. This is Peebee's place, and you're trespassing. I'd say that warrants a little hostility.
Now. I was just concerned something might have happened to my dear old friend. I'm sorry for the intrusion, Pelisaria.
Dear old friend?
I'm just relieved to see you moving on. Ta-ta.
I'll walk you out.
They must be exes. They must be.
So, want to talk about it?
Oh, Kalinda and I go way back. We joined the initiative together. For a long time, we were like family. Now we're not. When you live 1,000 years, Ryder, people come and people go. Entanglements are silly. Just like places. Time to pack this one up. I'm done with it.
Uh-oh. Wait, why is this a time to hit on her? After it's like, oh, that's my ex. Entanglements are silly. I don't have commitments. Sorry, we had another frame drop in the middle of that scene, but we can go with the heart option, but first, wait. Yeah, let's do the heart option first, because I don't want it to disappear. Okay, let's do the heart option. I feel like she's gonna reject me if I say this. Because she's just like, let's not get entanglements or attachments. They're an ex something. There are some people that say babe as like there are some people that call everyone babe. They'll be like, excuse me, let me slip past you, babe. Hello, Slimsy. No what? The writers know how love works. Wait, I'm so confused. What do you mean? Okay. I care about you too. Let's try.
Hey, I hope you know you can talk to me anytime.
Oh, that's nice.
Aren't you a cutie? Thanks, Ryder. That's nice. I mean it. But really, the past is the past. I'm fine.
That wasn't even romantic. She's friend-zoning me. Uh-oh.
I'll pack up my new pet and essentials. See you back on the Tempest.
I feel like I'm being friend-zoned by Peebee. I feel like my flirts aren't very romantic at all. Like, that could have been a friendship thing. Like, oh yeah, I care about you and we can talk about things. Cutie. Oh yeah, she did say cutie. But I call everyone cutie. You guys. Not the bot. Not the bot. Wait. No, we have to wait. It's not ready. Okay, well, what else do we have to do? Talk to Kesh. It was friendly flirt, yeah. They think flirting with characters. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah. It's like the timing there was a little bit awkward because we just had that. But I guess the flirt itself wasn't so bad because it was like, you can confide in me. But if Ryder had been like, hey, what about you and me right after that whole display, it would have been like, friend. I love how we just put the word friendship in front of everything. It's a friendship shower. Okay. The vortex. We could go see Gil. Exactly. Heading out for the night. Hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. Oh, Brave Athos, thank you for the kind words, and I hope you have a great weekend too. Get some good rest. I wish I had Monday off, but I don't. Now that I've discovered people have off on Monday, I'm a little bit pissed. No, just kidding. I'm glad. Everyone, I cheer for people having off. I just wish that I did too. How do I get over there? Oh. Where am I going? This way? Don't worry, neither do I. Oh, that's... No, I wish that everyone... Ooh, we haven't been down here. And we just see Shepard dancing in a corner badly. President's Day. Yeah, apparently people have... You are sick. You can have off. You're sick. I don't think my sickness can be cured. Do you have a quest for me?
What do you want?
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me out.
Cat jam.
It's for the good of the bar.
Sure.
Lay it on me.
So, folks try and help and all, but we have a limited pool of ingredients. Keep an eye out for anything interesting we could use for new drinks, and we'll let you test them for free.
Right. I get a feeling the testing will be interesting.
Don't worry. Dutch may complain a lot,
Am I gonna
but he's
pass
loving
out
it.
again?
And he's the best chemist I know. You're in good hands.
That's
Wait,
the flag,
Liam?
everyone. That's Prodromos.
Hello? Oh, is this because we're gonna play poker?
Things are shaping up, Pathfinder. Resources flowing in, sleepers ready to head out.
Or is he just hanging
It's
out
starting to
here?
feel like the initiative.
I'm so
Not quite up to
confused.
the sales pitch,
Shepard
but
shuffle.
getting there. Feels good, right?
At least he's not asking me about his armor.
I feel it, Liam. Finally getting our start.
There we go. Getting our shit together. Showing the new galaxy that we have it sorted. If I keep saying it, it's true, right?
Drunk Liam. Maybe he'll open up a bit. I'd be afraid of what I would be like if I was drunk. Honestly, I've never been drunk. It's not a meme. I actually haven't. I feel like I would either be super, super sad or I would just be like
So, Ryder,
obnoxious.
big news. I think I found my purpose in life.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Thrashing you at poker? Shall I deal?
Ryder, I can read Gil's vital signs and give you an advantage during the game if you like.
Drunk salt is a time IRL. Yeah, CM made a command for you. When are we having a community and mod get together? A pillow fort con. It wasn't pretty. I quit drinking at 15. That's good. Yeah, I just don't like any of the taste of anything, so I just don't. Melcon 2022. Stop. Yeah, we can all go. I have an idea. Everyone gets a pillow, and we can all go on a hike together, but an adventure hike where we totally don't get lost and stay on the trail. Hello, snakes. How are you? Welcome back in. Happy weekend. Happy Comcast, everyone. A friendship hike. It sounds like a terrible time. Morgan, are you saying you wouldn't go to your own sister's con? Let me navigate. I'm the leader here. Don't you guys trust me as a leader? No, we're not gonna cheat in this game.
Don't.
All right. You can deal first.
He's like, what?
Having fun?
Getting my ass kicked is what I'm doing.
Poker's lost me several friends over the years. The only one who still plays me is my buddy Jill. I know. Jill and Gil.
Jill and Gil. That's cute.
She must be a glutton for punishment.
That's her. That's how I know she'll always be there. Jill's a fertility expert. Heads the initiative CRC.
Oh.
My only real friend from back home. I bet 50.
I call. The CRC?
Colonial Repopulation Committee. She's always teasing that I'm making her job harder. Says if I'm not making babies, I'm part of the problem. We have that kind of relationship.
I don't like that, but okay. If chat wants to see me become greatly irritable, then a hike with Mel is key. Yeah, Morgan hates it so much. Stack the deck. This hike sounds okay. I'm not about carrying a pillow for it. You gotta carry a pillow. How else are you gonna sit down for the picnic? How are you gonna sit down for the picnic if you don't carry a pillow on the hike? We gotta wait until it's the hottest time of the year too. So 4th of July kind of weather, perfect. The hurtful kind.
Sounds kind of disrespectful. It doesn't bother you?
Nah, she's like family. Supports me unconditionally. We just ride each other like that. You should meet her. You'll see. She's amazing. Another 100.
I fold.
Another one for me then.
He's just beating
Well, that's
everyone.
that. You win.
I've achieved my true purpose in life. What will I do now?
Until I'll get you next time.
Revenge will be mine.
Someday, maybe. Jill predicted you'd be my downfall. Can't wait to tell her she was wrong. Another streak intact, I'll say.
Listen,
Ouch. Have fun. And thanks for the game.
I could have used my cheating, but the kind you want to see from a distance. I don't have to take care of him after, do I? Oh no. Last time we hiked together, she brought us to a new place that was a swampy, wooded mosquito cesspit. It was beautiful, and nobody wanted to keep going with me. I need some new hiking friends, chat. Everyone around me doesn't want to go on adventures. They're just like Bilbo. Wake the sleepers. Okay, that was our quest with him. I feel like we haven't gotten anywhere. Brought you to Florida. Not supposed to want to explore. Jill? Jill. Come on, Jill. Isn't there a Jawl quest? Oh, yeah. We talked about that. So Jawl wants me to go out into Harvarl. Harvarl? Well, what else do we have? Wait, it says failed to read an email from Cora. I read all my emails. How did I fail to read an email from Cora? I literally spent like 10 minutes going through my email last time. Are you sure you don't want to go on your adventure? Come on. It's a great time. I like any kind of adventure. I like any kind of adventure. Well, not really. I'm kind of picky too. To be honest, the hiking is the most going out thing I've done in like years. Not that I ever really went out before the pandemic, but you spoke to them first. Oh, okay. I was panicking. I'm like, I failed an email. I feel like I'm failing at my job or something. Okay, so what should we do then? Oh, we have to talk to Kesh. And then maybe we can go... I don't even know what to choose after this. Like, do we go do something like Jaws? Or do we... whatever planet that was on? Or do we do... main quest?
You're listening to HNS, your source for news in Helios, an independent arm of the Andromeda Initiative.
Hate to see it. Hate to see it. We have dropped 32,707 frames, in case anyone's keeping track. I'm definitely not. Cries in Comcast. Guys, how long do you think it would take us to switch internet providers if my landladies agree to it?
I'm worried about this place.
I hope it would happen pretty quickly.
Then we defend the station. It's all we can do here. You just keep the Pathfinder safe and the Kesh
Hello,
busy.
Kesh.
And be careful out there. I only have one.
Oh, Drac! That's who she's talking to.
Ryder, can you believe this place?
One space station slightly dented?
You should have seen it a year ago. It was more than just dented. Anyway, thanks for bringing me on. Tan can't kick me off the station now, and it's been nice seeing my granddaughter again.
Oh, that's so sweet.
The two of you seem close.
It's been Kesh and me against the galaxy the moment I got her. Well, maybe not as much now, but it sure was.
Reminds me of
early
like
on.
Bruner. Oh my god, Bruner was so cute at the end of Sojourn with Caddy Bree. I loved it. I loved it. That like adopted, like a grumpy older guy who adopts like a daughter is so cute.
Dell told me you saw her arguing with Spender. Pyjack's doing his best to throttle my department.
How's he getting away with that?
Spender doesn't know the first thing about engineering, but he knows how to play people. More importantly, he still talks to the exiles. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it without your help.
This needs to be investigated.
I'm glad someone thinks so. Talk to Kandros. He likely has security footage, some kind of evidence. But you'll have to convince him to authorize release.
Okay.
Nothing more for now.
Try not to die out there.
We had to speak to Kandros about something else anyway, so I guess we'll go talk to him. What a chore. Surprise, this was a timed mission. Yeah, everyone died. To be honest, I get anxious about missing emails though, because like my whole job, like 80% of my job teaching is like email stuff, and I get email anxiety, which I think carried over to me not liking to use Discord that much at first, because I just don't like something about email management being so much of my job made me hate like messages. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to get over it.
Weekly injury report. Casualty rate matches projections. I only saw the Citadel in vids.
Ryder, we exiled the prisoner Nilkin. Tough decision based on what you uncovered on Eos. His wife, Mariette, insisted on going with him.
Ah, yes. I remember this.
It's hard to let go of someone you love.
So it seems. It'll be a tough life out there for her. For them.
Baker and 7, you made it! Wait, we need some hype in the chat that you made it. Mel doesn't read emails, so Professor failed their own class. I've been really bad. Especially this semester, ever since I decided I was not going to invest all of my being into my teaching, and I was going to give it like 10% effort. I had a student email me, and then I didn't respond for like 2 days, which honestly, that's not that long. I get a lot of emails, and then I forget I see them, and it's a whole thing. But a student literally just like did reply and like resent it with a reply, but they didn't type anything in the reply just so I would see it again. And I was like, clever. Yeah, we need a better hype. Our hype command is like fake hype. Things being unread. I'm really bad. Please, like, never DM me, because I am so bad about answering like one-on-one messages. It gives me so much anxiety for some reason. And then the longer that I don't answer people, the more anxious I get about it. And then I just put it off more, and then I feel guilty, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Oh God, not the stasis protesters.
I need to talk to you about stasis revival and those protesters in hydroponics.
I see. Maybe I should get the others for this.
Protesters have seized hydroponics?
They want their families out of stasis. The outpost on Eos disrupted the schedule. They're scattered across colony blocks. Dozens of people. The protesters want this fixed today.
The realities of our position are...
We can't wake those families. We don't have the resources, and there's nowhere to put them.
We have outposts. Yeah, I'm really bad at DM response. I really am. It takes me then like a lot of effort and courage, or like sometimes I also legitimately forget that it's there. Like I'll read it, but I don't have the time to respond when I read it, and then I'll go about my life and I'll be like, oh.
Then what's the point of all those outposts I've founded?
People need more than space, Ryder. They need work they're trained for, and we don't have placements for those families. If I just toss them to any outpost with a spare bunk, they become a burden we can't afford.
What do you suggest?
Leave the families in stasis where it's safe and get those protesters out of hydroponics. They seem sympathetic, but so did the exiles. We can't risk another revolt. Survival is more important than family reunions.
Oh no. I feel like I'm gonna mess this up. 18 hours late, but you made it safely. Potatoes! Hello! Mark them as unread. Yeah, there is a way to do that. It depends on like what you're looking at though. I don't know how to do that on Discord, but I know how to do that in like email. That might be a good way to manage it, but my current way of managing it is not managing it. But also my current way of actually honestly managing it is to try to do more like casual messaging in Discord where I don't feel like there's like an expectation to have some sort of long discussion, and that makes me feel like it's easier to message. Cross your fingers. I hope you get home. If I can't see the problem, it doesn't exist. Exactly. It's like illusions. It all goes back to Jarlaxle's quote about illusions. Right? Are they dangerous?
Do you think these protests could turn violent?
We're all pioneers. Even civilians are tough enough to start something.
And interfering in hydroponics threatens our oxygen supply. They know that.
How would you move them?
What would you do with the protesters?
I'd send in a squad and march them out. At gunpoint if we must. If they resist, a few might land in medbay, but it's better than losing hydroponics. Or the Nexus.
I think I'm gonna have to... I hate the idea of like telling protesters not to protest. But I also don't know in this situation how we could have like everyone get their particular loved ones like individually. It is a very extreme situation. Kesh is the hello, Lego. Yeah, Kesh does look soft. I like it though. But I wonder that this would set a precedent, which is what we talked about last time. Setting a precedent where like it might get very, very hard to meet everyone's needs individually when it comes to who's being woken up and where they're being put, because we're not to that point yet. Like it's not, we don't have that kind of access apparently. So I think I might have to end the protest. Yeah, and they're messing that. I think it could become dangerous. It might get worse if we do this, though. But we'll try.
We have to look at the bigger picture. Get them out of there.
Kandros?
I'll send in a team, but
Kandros?
It might go smoother if Ryder's there.
A good idea.
No.
Sometimes we have to give bad news. That's a Pathfinder's duty, too.
Oh no, they make me be there for that.
Weekly injury report. 1 bar brawl, participants arrested.
I also have to talk to him about the Kesh
Thanks
thing.
for understanding. About the outpost and the protesters.
You don't strike me as the political type.
I'm not. Just pro keeping everyone alive. Maybe those protesters will eventually understand too. It's done. I
You
don't
can
want to
see
think
his
about it.
tongue flopping around
Need
in his
something
mouth.
else?
I was told I should talk to you about the mutiny.
I wasn't on the Nexus when it happened. I started reading up on it, but you know how things get around here.
Do you know where Spender was during that time?
Why Spender? Wait, you think he might have had something to do with the mutiny?
Maybe. Just trying to sort things out.
You know, the logs I did look through showed a few discrepancies. I meant to dig deeper. If you're investigating, how about I give you access to the security vid archives?
Thank you.
Anything else?
Okay.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
You being there could be good.
Supply request is in. Meds, mail, and MREs coming your way.
Yeah, I guess maybe that will be good, but doesn't sound like a pleasant job.
Huh. This file won't play. Sam, can you boost the quality?
Processing. Playback.
Can you boost the quality, Comcast?
Wait. Is he handing something over to one of the mutineers?
Take this. It'll help you. Don't.
I am sorry, Pathfinder. This backup file is corrupted. The audio tracks are heavily degraded. Someone may have deleted the original, and this version was restored during a system-wide reset.
That's suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
That's me deleting all of my incriminating
While I cannot
clips.
restore any more audio, the location appears to be Kodara.
How do you figure?
In common parlance, lip reading. I do not recognize the location from any current data. It appears mountainous and populated.
Ooh, mountains.
We will need to find a planet before I can confirm. I will contact you via my node.
Bandits! How are you?
Let's go confront Spender.
Welcome back.